Mega Man 3, really, was one of those simply inevitable games. 2's resounding success finally convinced Capcom that the franchise worked and that they had solid gold in their hands. 1 year after its predecessor's market release, development on Mega Man 3 began, though again with its own caveats. Keiji Inafune, as always the main guy behind the game, was not very happy with the process. Executive meddling forced the team to release the game before he thought it finished, among other things. In interviews he stated that it was one of his least favorite games due to the circumstances under which it originated. One wonders how much better it could have become. I certainly can't think of many things to improve. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The story is quickly told. After having been defeated twice, Dr. Wily vows to only do good from now on and rejoins his former colleague Dr. Light. Together they build new robot masters and a giant robot meant to keep peace called Gamma. However, the 8 new bots go maverick in the mining areas they were assigned to. Each of them guards an energy crystal that's supposed to power Gamma. Their motives for keeping them back are unclear. And actually, even knowing how the full story is going to unfold, I can't fathom why they do it either. But that matters not. Mega Man must stop them, as usual, by applying considerable amounts of force. The second game's formula had proven to be great, and it would be kept for all following NES entries. Gameplay too, but for a few additions. One of those additions debuted in this very game, and I personally consider it the one idea that helped the series evolve most of all the changes that were ever made to the very first game's engine. It's the slide, and it's a tremendously useful tool. By pressing up and the jump button at the same time, Mega will now glide forward quickly, reducing his height and gaining speed. This of course has tons of applications. First of all, it's simply faster and streamlines the gameplay. Secondly, due to the horizontal extension of Mega Man's sprite, longer jumps are made possible. Most useful in the main game is the use for dodging enemies and projectiles. And, of course, slide-only passages are integrated in the level design to create interesting obstacles. So why do I consider the slide of such great importance? Well, up until now, Mega Man games were foremost platformers. You ran and jumped and shot, and killing enemies, mostly bosses, was most of the time more a question of if you had the right weapon, if you were standing at the correct position and such. Rarely you actually broke a sweat doing stuff except for having to concentrate on stupidly precise jumps. Now, however, everything moves faster. Mega can now expertly dodge shots that would have been simply unavoidable before due to his relatively slow pace. The slide offers pseudo-ducking abilities, further enhancing your abilities to escape enemy attacks. That also means, though, that especially boss fights can become far more involved. They can open up, no longer requiring a certain pattern to make them beatable. Freedom of movement is now available for both parties. As a result, the whole game starts to feel less and less like a simple platformer and more like a true action game, which is why I chose a different tag for the thread incidentally. Making everything faster, requiring more guts reaction, was in my opinion exactly the right direction to take the series in, and even Inafune agrees here with me. The slide was the predecessor of the following series' dash moves, and I think a lot of people can attest that the fast-paced action of the X, Zero and ZX games is pure, unadulterated fun. The franchise owns one of the main reasons for it being so good to this seemingly simple gameplay addition. This introduction is a love song to the slide, and the whole Let's Play will be a tribute, which is going to start now. This is Simon with Let's Play Mega Man 3, and thanks in advance for your attention.